Jennifer Pan's revenge on her parents. Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of a picture-perfect family? Today's story delves into the shocking case of Jennifer Pan, a young woman whose desperation and deceit led to a tragic outcome. Jennifer Pan's story is one of high expectations, hidden failures, and a web of lies that spiraled out of control. From the outside, she seemed like a model daughter in a hardworking immigrant family. But behind closed doors, a dark plot was unfolding. Join us as we explore the complex dynamics between Jennifer and her parents, the pressures that drove her to extreme lengths, and the chilling events that shocked a nation. This is a tale of ambition, deception, and the devastating consequences that ensued. Jennifer Pan was born on June 17, 1986, to parents Bich Ha and Han Pan, Vietnamese immigrants who settled in Markham, Ontario, Canada. Seeking a better life after fleeing Vietnam by boat, they worked tirelessly to provide for their family. Han found employment as a tool and die maker, while Bich worked at an auto parts manufacturer. The Pans valued hard work, discipline, and education above all else. They held traditional beliefs and instilled in Jennifer and her younger brother Felix the importance of academic success as the key to prosperity. The family epitomized the immigrant dream, owning a comfortable home, driving luxury cars, and ensuring their children had opportunities they never did. From a young age, Jennifer was enrolled in numerous extracurricular activities. She excelled at piano, becoming so proficient that she performed at Carnegie Hall with her school's orchestra. She also trained as a competitive figure skater until a knee injury dashed her Olympic aspirations. The pressure to perform was immense, but to her parents, it was all in pursuit of a brighter future. As Jennifer progressed through school, the expectations only grew. Her parents envisioned her becoming a doctor or pharmacist, roles prestigious within their community. However, despite early promise, Jennifer struggled academically during high school. She received average grades, far from the straight A's her parents demanded. Fearful of disappointing them, Jennifer began to fabricate her report cards. She skillfully altered grades, turning B's and C's into A's. This deception provided temporary relief, but the facade was hard to maintain. When it came time for university applications, the pressure intensified. Unwilling to face the reality of her academic standing, Jennifer falsely claimed she had been accepted into the pharmacology program at the University of Toronto. She went as far as creating fake acceptance letters and tuition invoices. To uphold the lie, Jennifer told her parents she had received scholarships that covered her expenses, ensuring they wouldn't need to visit the campus. This intricate web of lies was a temporary shield against her parents' scrutiny, but it set the stage for even greater deception. Each fabricated success led to another, drawing Jennifer deeper into a cycle of deceit that would eventually become impossible to sustain. For 4 years, Jennifer pretended to attend university. Each day, she left home with books and a backpack, but instead of attending classes, she spent time in libraries, cafes, or with her boyfriend, Daniel Wong. Daniel, whom she met in high school band class, was someone her parents disapproved of due to his less ambitious pursuits and influence. Jennifer's double life extended beyond academics. She fabricated stories of academic achievements, including acceptance into a prestigious pharmacology program, and later, a job at the hospital for sick children. She even went so far as to purchase medical scrubs and a fake hospital ID badge to convince her parents of her success. Maintaining this illusion was exhausting and isolating. Jennifer couldn't confide in anyone for fear of exposure. The weight of the lies strained her mental health, and the relationship with her parents grew increasingly tense as they continued to push her toward goals she knew were unattainable under the false narrative she had created. Her social life was equally complicated. While her parents believed she was single and focused on her studies, Jennifer was deeply involved with Daniel. Their relationship provided an escape from her stressful home life, but it also added another layer to her deceptions. In 2010, Jennifer's meticulously crafted world began to crumble. Her parents, growing suspicious of inconsistencies in her stories, decided to investigate. One night, Han insisted on escorting her to campus. Unable to deter him, Jennifer eventually confessed that she had been lying about attending university. The revelation was devastating. Her parents felt betrayed and humiliated. They stripped away her privileges, forbidding her from seeing Daniel and dictating strict control over her activities. Jennifer was confined to the house, only allowed out for approved commitments, and her phone usage was monitored. This intense scrutiny and isolation pushed Jennifer further into desperation. Cut off from Daniel, who eventually began dating someone else, she felt abandoned. The pressure and control exerted by her parents intensified her feelings of entrapment. The walls were closing in, and Jennifer saw no escape from the life her parents dictated. The pressure cooker of emotions set the stage for a tragic decision. Feeling trapped and resentful, Jennifer contemplated drastic measures. Reconnecting with Daniel, they discussed potential solutions to her predicament. Initially, they considered running away together, but without financial means or her parents' support, this seemed untenable. In their desperation, the idea of murdering her parents emerged. Jennifer believed that with her parents gone, she could inherit their money and be free to live her life as she pleased. Daniel introduced Jennifer to an acquaintance, Lenford Roy Crawford, who claimed to have connections to people who could carry out the plan. Over several weeks, Jennifer coordinated with Daniel, Crawford, and others to orchestrate what would appear to be a home invasion gone wrong. She communicated via text messages and calls, discussing payments and logistics. The plan was for the intruders to kill her parents, but spare her, bolstering the narrative of an unfortunate robbery. Jennifer withdrew $1,500 to pay the assailants and provided detailed information about her house, including floor plans, locations of valuables, and the family's schedule. She also unlocked the front door and turned off the alarm system on the designated night. The stage was set for the night of November 8, 2010, a night that would change everything. Despite the gravity of the plan, Jennifer seemed detached from the potential consequences. Perhaps she believed this was the only way to regain control of her life. The line between victim and perpetrator blurred as she moved forward with her deadly scheme. The home invasion? On the evening of November 8, 2010, the Pan household settled into their nightly routine. Jennifer watched television in her bedroom while her mother, Bitch, read downstairs, and her father, Han, relaxed after returning from a community line dancing class. The atmosphere was calm, unaware of the impending tragedy. At approximately 10:05 p.m., 3 armed men entered the Pan home through the unlocked front door, a detail arranged by Jennifer. The intruders were David Milvaganum, Eric Carty, and Crawford's associate. They wore hoodies and bandanas to obscure their faces. They confronted Han first, pointing a gun at him and demanding money. Startled and confused, Han complied, indicating where cash could be found. The intruders quickly gathered the family in the living room. Jennifer remained unusually composed, a fact that would later raise suspicions. The intruders tied up Han and Bitch with zip ties and forced them to the basement. Jennifer was bound loosely to a stair railing upstairs, allowing her some movement. In the basement, the situation turned deadly. The assailants demanded more money, but when none was forthcoming, they decided to eliminate the witnesses. The intruders shot both Han and Bitch at point-blank range. Han was shot twice, once in the shoulder and once in the face, but miraculously survived by feigning death. Bitch was fatally wounded and died instantly. The assailants then fled the scene, leaving Jennifer tied upstairs. After ensuring they were gone, Jennifer retrieved her cell phone from her waistband, a detail that didn't align with the position she claimed to have been tied in, and called 911 at 10:24 p.m. The call was emotional, with Jennifer sobbing and claiming that intruders had broken in, killed her parents, and tied her up. Emergency services arrived swiftly. Han, despite his severe injuries, regained consciousness and stumbled outside to seek help from neighbors. He was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery and eventually recovered. His survival would prove pivotal in unraveling the truth behind the attack. Jennifer was taken to the police station for questioning as a victim. However, detectives noted inconsistencies in her story and her calm demeanor. The seeds of doubt were planted, setting the stage for a thorough investigation. From the outset, investigators found inconsistencies in Jennifer's account. Her description of events didn't align with the physical evidence. For instance, there were no signs of forced entry, and valuable items were left untouched, suggesting robbery wasn't the primary motive. Detectives began to scrutinize Jennifer's story, noting her unusual calmness and the way she avoided direct eye contact during interviews. They employed skilled interrogation techniques, gradually revealing the cracks in her narrative. Examining phone records, investigators uncovered extensive communication between Jennifer, Daniel, and the hired men in the days leading up to the attack. Text messages detailed the planning of the attack, including confirmations on dates and payments. The breakthrough came when Han, upon regaining consciousness, provided his account. He recalled seeing his daughter conversing softly with one of the intruders, contradicting her claim of being tied up and isolated. This revelation further implicated Jennifer in the crime. In November 2010, Jennifer was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder, along with Daniel Wong and the other accomplices. The case drew significant media attention, with the public shocked by the notion of a daughter orchestrating such a heinous act against her own parents. The trial began in March 2014 and lasted 10 months. Prosecutors presented a compelling case, outlining the elaborate plot Jennifer had conceived. The evidence included detailed phone records, text messages, financial transactions, and testimony from those involved. Jennifer's defense argued that she had been coerced and that the plan was not to kill her parents, but to commit suicide, staged as a home invasion so her family would not be burdened with shame. They suggested she was a vulnerable young woman manipulated by others. The jury, however, was unconvinced. The overwhelming evidence pointed to her central role in organizing the attack. In December 2014, Jennifer Pan was found guilty of first-degree murder of her mother and attempted murder of her father. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with no possibility of parole for 25 years. Her co-conspirators received similar sentences. The judge remarked on the cold and calculated nature of the crime, emphasizing the breach of trust and the devastating impact on the family. Han and Felix were left to grapple with the emotional fallout. Han publicly stated he felt like he had lost his entire family, the wife he loved and the daughter he could no longer bear to think of. The family home was sold, and they attempted to rebuild their lives amidst the lingering pain. Jennifer Pan's case sent shockwaves through the community and sparked widespread discussions about parental pressure, mental health, and cultural expectations within immigrant families. Media outlets delved into the concept of tiger parenting, a term used to describe strict or demanding parenting styles aimed at pushing children to high levels of achievement. Many questioned whether the immense pressure placed on Jennifer contributed to her actions. While not an excuse for her crimes, it opened dialogue about the potential negative effects of excessive parental control and the importance of open communication. Mental health professionals highlighted the warning signs exhibited by Jennifer: deception, isolation, and drastic behavior changes as indicators that intervention was needed. Schools and community organizations began advocating for better support systems for students struggling under similar pressures. The case also prompted immigrant families to reflect on balancing the pursuit of success with emotional well-being, emphasizing the need for understanding and empathy in the parent-child relationship. It became a cautionary tale about the dire consequences that can arise when communication breaks down and expectations become overpowering. The story of Jennifer Pan is a tragic exploration of a family torn apart by unrealistic expectations, deception, and a profound breakdown in communication. It serves as a somber reminder of the lengths to which desperation can drive a person. As we reflect on this case, let us recognize the importance of honest dialogue, mental health awareness, and fostering supportive environments for our loved ones. May this tale inspire us to seek understanding over judgment and to build connections that strengthen rather than divide.